Hello students, welcome back to my online class again. Now after completing our first part of chapter number 4, there is more on MS Access 2010. Now let us take a recap what we have done in the first part, that is the first video session of this chapter number 4, more on MS Access 2010. Now we have done about some details about relational database management system RDBMS and DBMS. That is, what is the function, what is the definition of DBMS? A DBMS is a collection of programs that enables you to create and manage a database. And what is a relational database management system? Also, we have done in the previous class. And what are the database objects? There are some of the database objects that we have learned, that we have done, is the tables, queries, and forms and reports. And we have done, after these database objects, we have done sorting and filtering of data. Also we have done how to sort a data. Okay, sorting a data in ascending, descending, descending we have done, and the filtering a data. Then how to search a data also we have done. Now the next topic in this chapter number 4, and in this the second video session class, we are going to continue our class with the next topic, that is the queries. That is on page number 73 of your textbook. Now let's see here, page number 73 of your textbook, the queries. Now queries are a way of searching and collecting data from one or more tables. Now queries are a way of searching. What is query? Query is simply a way of searching and collecting data. Okay, you can make any query by searching and collecting data from one or more tables. It may be from one table, it may be from two tables, or more than one table, that is from more tables. Okay, queries are a way of searching and collecting data from one or more tables. A well-designed query can give information that you might not be able to find out just by examining the data in your table. By looking in your table, you cannot just find, okay, what query or what information you want, you cannot find. But a query, a well-defined query, can give the information, whatever information details that you might not be able to find out just by examining the table in your the data in your table. Okay, it can give you a well-designed query can give you information that cannot be find or given by examining data in your table. For example, let's say the example here. Now you have a table for students. Suppose you have a table for students, then another table for addresses of students. Then you have a table for students and another table for addresses of students. You need to send an email to each student using the student's address. Okay, you have a table for students and another for another table for addresses, but you need to send an email to each and every student, okay, using the student address. So what can you do is use a query to show each contact the student's name and the mailing address of the student. Okay, what can you do is to is use a query to show each contact, okay, the student's name, both the student's name and the mailing address of the student. So then you can send email to each and every student. The name also will be shown and the mailing address also will be shown. So it's a very easy by using this query. What can you do is you can use a query so that you can show the student name and the mailing address of the student also. Then let's see here, a query allows you to view, insert data, and calculate records and fields from several tables in your database. Now what does a query do is a query allows you to a query can in a query we can view, insert, delete, and calculate records and fields from several tables in your database. Now running a query is like asking a detailed question to your database. What is running a query? Running a query means like asking a detailed question to your database. Means the contact number of the student, the address of the student, the mailing address of the students, okay, or name of the students, okay, all these things, the details you can get it from the query. When you build a query in MS Access, you are describing specific search conditions to find the data you want. Exactly the data you want, you can find it from the query. Now, when you build a query in MS Access, you are describing specific search conditions to find the data you want. Whatever data you want, you are making a query, you are building a query, okay, in MS Access. For that, it does describes specific search conditions to find the data you want. Now, how to create a query? Now, creating a query, let's see here, there are two types of creating a query. Creating a query with query design and creating a query with query wizard. This thing also we'll study in the next topic. Now, let's see here, creating a query. How can we create a query? So, it's very important to create queries. Now, let's see how to create a query. We should know how to create a query, or the steps, okay, the way in which we can make a query we should know. So let's see how to create a query. Creating a query. Now, after creating a table and entering data, now obviously after creating a table we should enter data in it. So you can work with queries. After making a table and entering the data, we can work with queries. Now, to begin a query, choose the create tab and queries group in the ribbon. Now you have to go to the create tab. We can go to the create tab, and in which group? In the queries group. In the create tab there will be many groups, okay, so you should go to the queries group of the on the ribbon. Now you know what is a tab and what is a ribbon. So you should go to the create tab. First of all, what you have to do, you have to make a table. Then you have to, obviously if we have make a table, then we have to enter some data in it. So we have to make a table, then enter the data, and after that we can make query. So to begin with query, what we have to do, the first we have to go to the create tab, and after that go to the, in the create tab there may be some 4 or 5 groups. So you go to the queries group on the ribbon. Now after that you will be prompted to select the table and or queries to include in your query. Now it will be prompted, the computer will prompt you to select tables in your query. Select each table and click add or double click on them. You can just click add, or you can just double click on them. Okay, then after that remember to click close. After adding the table, you should click close when you have finished adding your tables or queries. After you have finished adding your tables or queries, you should not forget, okay, you should remember to click close after you have finished adding your tables or queries. Now there are two methods of creating a query. Now you can underline this. There are two methods of creating a query. Okay, what are the two methods of creating a query? There are two methods of creating a query. So creating a query with query design. The first one is creating a query with query design, and the second one is creating a query using query wizard. So there are two methods of creating a query. The first one is using query design, and the second one is using query wizard. So you should underline this. There are two methods of creating a query. First one query design, second one query wizard. And you can underline this also. Queries are a way of searching and collecting data from one or more tables. The first line here, from queries up to more tables, up to here, you can underline it. Okay, what is query? A question may come like define query or what is query. Now you can answer in one sentence like this. Queries are a way of searching or collecting data from one or more tables. You can underline this, and you can underline this also. There are two methods of creating a query: query design, the first one, and the second one is query wizard. Now let's see the first one, that is query design. Creating a query with query design. Now let's see here how to create a query with query design. Now let's see creating a query with query design. Now to create a query in query design, follow the steps given below. Now there are some steps given here. We should follow this to create a query using query design. Now the first step is click query design in the queries group of the create tab. You should go to the create tab, and in the queries group you should click on the query design. Now on the right side you can see here selecting query design on query and on the create tab. Now this is the create tab. The first one is the home tab, create tab, then external data, okay, and database, something given like this. Now you should click on this create tab, and in the create tab there are groups like templates, tables, queries, okay, templates, tables, queries. You could go to the queries group here. Though in the queries group two queries, two different type of queries are given here. The one is a query wizard and the other one is query design. So we are creating a query with query design, so you should go to the query design here. You should click here. Okay, now click query design in the queries group of the creative. In the creative of the queries group, you should go to the, you should click on the query design. Then after that, as shown in figure number 9 on the right side of this, you can refer your book at page number 74. Now MS Access will switch to query design view. Now MS Access will directly switch to query design view. The show table dialog box displays all tables and queries in your database as shown in figure number 10 here. Okay students, now whatever we have done, whatever I have taught you in this video session class, in the first video session class and the second video session class also, you just read thoroughly at home, practice at home. If your computer, you can practice practically also. Okay, the first video session and the second I've covered till here, page number 77. Okay, we're creating a new form using the form option, and the other things, other topics I'll complete it in the next video session class. Okay students, stay home, stay safe and stay healthy.